Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Ryan back with another Against the Current reaction, and today this is actually something I have heard. As you may know, may not know, I am going back and listening to all of the older stuff through to the newer stuff. We're now on Gravity, which is an amazing song. It is a song that I am familiar with. It's one of my favourites. Haven't seen the video before. If I have seen the video, it's been a long time. I can't remember it. And to be honest, it'd be good to kind of break down the song and what's good about it and the kind of individual things as well. So let's break it down and yeah, let's do it. Falsetto is cool. Right, there's a couple of things going on in the background there that really make this verse sound amazing. So first of all, that guitar, I don't know if it's like a guitar or a synth, that really high pitch kind of thing. But essentially, if you took that out of the mix, the instrumentation is very mid-range. It's very low and mid with the drums and the snare and the bass, and the guitar is very, like, there's no high presence there. So in order to kind of fill that spectrum and make it like a full kind of sound, you need like something that's a bit higher sounding, and that is exactly what the purpose is, basically. That's done really well from a production point of view, how that kind of comes in and completes the mix and finishes that section. From a vocal perspective, so there's obviously some really kind of smooth transitions with the falsetto notes and stuff, so that's obviously achieved through, like, you know, siren exercises and things like that. Obviously not going to demonstrate it on camera because it sounds ridiculous, but if you were to try to sing this song, for example, then that's something, if you were struggling with these notes, then that is something that I would suggest doing. Obviously there's siren exercises and lip trills and things like that. I'm not going to stop it much more after this, but this is something that is really like ideal in a mix, when you can like bring it down before a chorus. Now obviously we spoke about it before, where you cut it out for 4 bars and it comes smashing in, or you have a pre-chorus which like resets and it's just very open, like with just single strum guitars, or you know, some really subtle instrumentation and vocals, for example. Building into it. There's that synth again. Tom beat. That's really cool twist that Will's done there. That vocal fry, that's something that's always stood out to me. That particular note in the whole song, like the distortion. Now that is, I mean, when I've heard it live, it's not been sang, naturally, because it is really difficult to do that. But essentially, like, that's the way that you'd achieve that kind of sound, is almost doing like kind of like a grudge kind of sound effect with your throat and projecting like this really high note, essentially. So you're kind of doing like a kind of like really sort of gargly kind of thing whilst doing the belt, and it's, yeah, sometimes when you try to do that, if you haven't got the right support or the right kind of muscle memory and various things, it's very easy to crack. I've done it various times when I've been singing in the car or singing wherever, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to sing this, and 1 minute you'll do it, the next minute it's like, nah, not going to work. So that's, yeah, really cool note. Slight variation to that first pre. The harmonies are so good in this chorus. Like Dan, Will, top notch. I like how it's broken away from the vocals as just instrumentation for this bit as well. Something I've always liked. I really like Will, how he writes. Like a lot of Against the Current songs have these kind of tom beats in them. Weapon, pre-chorus. Roses has one, for example, in the first verse. This has one. Like the Legends Never Die has one. I mean, literally, that's one thing I do like about Against the Current is the fact that they have a lot of tom beats and the drum grooves and stuff are really solid. What sets a song like this apart from, like, if you were to hear this and hear like a similar sounding band that is less big, maybe they're like a local band or whatever trying to do the same kind of sound, the distinctive thing that you usually find with that is the projection. Like at least from a vocal point of view, is the projection. So a lot of singers struggle to really kind of push out the notes and belt the notes and stuff like that. And that emphasis really does make a chorus kind of pop, and it really does make people go, wow, okay, this is fucking, like, this is what vocals are meant to sound like from a rock kind of song. But then again, they're also kind of pop as well, so it's kind of forging those two elements. So from that aspect, it's really cool. And like I was saying, I think it might have been in the last video, even from the drums as well, like the way it's played, so like the emphasis on the kick drum and the snare, like really making it pop and stuff like that, as opposed to you know, like overplaying the hi-hat like really really loud, for example. It's just really well played, and from a timing point of view as well, like Will's, like I said, every single time he's really good in the pocket. The other thing as well, Dan's harmonies sound insane, like absolutely insane. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna listen to the rest of this. Cool. So like I said, I have heard that before. It's a song that I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but it's a song that I'd say it's up there. It's in like the top 10. I think for a lot of people this is probably a favourite. It's one of their most popular songs. It's cool to just sort of listen to it and just really break it apart and listen to all the individual kind of elements. And actually, so I guess when you're listening to it, like in your everyday kind of setting, it's not something you really, I don't know, you don't really analyse it that much, you just kind of listen. So yeah, really really cool to kind of hear a little bit more about the production going on. Like I was saying at the start, with like some of those synthy guitar kind of sounds that were covering that high end. Something like when it broke into the pre-chorus, for example, like those dynamics. Just yeah, there's so much good stuff going on in this song. Yeah, other than that, guys, I think I'm going to leave that at that. Obviously I said a lot of my thoughts and stuff in the video so far, so you guys already know what I think. It's a good song. Subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notifications bell for more. I will be reacting to more, of course. I've only just started doing these again. Sort of got sidetracked with other bits and vice versa. But yeah, stay tuned for more basically, guys. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye bye.